My school is a preschool and kindergarten located in Shanghai, China. It's run by foreigners and it's predominantly Chinese students. There are a few foreign children. Our school standards are customized for each level of pre-K or kindergarten, and they're given an abbreviation. They're then divided by subject area like music, drama, art, mathematics, and then further divided into subsections with titles and numbers. These subsections then have the actual standards themselves written in. So I've chosen two standards for this project. The first one is going to be K2 SCS 2.4. This means Kindergarten 2, Social and Cultural Studies, Culture and Care for Others as the subsection, and then the actual standard to understand and accept that people are different. Well, why did I choose this? I think it's important to learn acceptance and diversity from a young age, especially in a society that is mostly homogeneous, such as China. The second standard I chose is also SCS, but this and K2, but this one is 3.1. So it's Kindergarten 2, Social Cultural Studies, but this one is Geography subsection. And the standard itself is to be able to describe the physical characteristics of various regions around the world. Why? Well, I think this pairs really well with Standard 1. And also, I've just finished working on curriculum development using these and a variety of other standards. Similarities. Both are under the category of social and cultural studies. Both are about discovering the world. They are interdependent, as often the geography of a region affects its culture or vice versa. Thus, these two standards paired can really help a student to gain a deeper understanding to reach both standards. But there are differences. One of them is looking at the world through a very cultural eye, while the other one is about a geological and physical perspective. So I've created a series, and it's the Continental series. The series is based around these two standards. It's 9 lessons long of 45 minutes each. The first lesson, passports are given, and the sub-series is set up. There are 7 continental lessons, one for each continent. So each week, students visit a new continent. They learn about the country, language, fun facts, and a variety of activities. And then they get their passports stamped. And they pin their location on the class wall map. More specifically, they use a sticker because pins wouldn't be so safe in kindergarten classrooms. There's 2 at the end that are for deeper understanding and review. One is called Celebrating Diversity, the other is Creating Culture. There are many standards outside of social and cultural studies that are covered. Activities vary each lesson to include a wide range of skills and continue to work on different standards. Some other subjects being hit in the process are here. So I'm going to show you a PPT that I created, and they all are very standardized. This is the first page, and it's quite interactive, so there'd be a lot of questions being asked. It would not just be students sitting there being talked to. They're actually, when they're applied, will be very student-centered. Then students get their cameras out and they pretend to take pictures. While they're taking pictures, we talk about what we see. And a lot of it focuses on the culture. Students then make their own rainmakers. That's the craft for this lesson. Some of the lessons have crafts, some of them they're building and doing engineering, some of them they may be dancing, such as when they're in Asia they learn a traditional Bollywood dance and they draw henna. You can see that I've hit these different social and cultural standards, as well as English language standards, science standards, and music dance arts. Regarding assessments, it's actually illegal to give official tests to kindergartners and preschoolers here. So it's mostly formative. This is a kind of review, and I would use this a little bit to get some formative assessment on whether they accept the differences in each other. Is everybody the same? These are things that they would talk about, and we would be very much paying attention to the responses to our questions. What makes people different around the world? What makes your teacher different as they have a foreign teacher? What makes you different from each other? So they can see the differences in themselves and it's not just about physical appearance. Is someone bad if they are different? Should we treat people badly if they are different? And all of these things they would be allowed to answer in English or in Chinese. It would be up to them. And if it's in Chinese, then the Chinese teachers would be paying attention so that when we have our meeting and discuss what the students spoke about for each student, they can tell us. That way we can really see how they feel. It's not capped by their language abilities. From here, students would then read the book The Sneetches, which is from Dr. Seuss, and it's all about accepting each other's diversity. So the activity that we would do with the children is we would have them close their eyes and put 4 different color stars on their forehead. When they open their eyes, they don't know what color star they have on their forehead, but they need to get into groups with other stars, with other students that have the same color star. They're not allowed to speak, so this all must be done through body language. If they speak, they need to take off their star and go to the non-star group. They then need to figure out why they got that color star. What is the same about their group? In reality, there is no reason. They're actually just going to be given at random, but they have to talk to each other and try to figure it out. After this, they then need to decide who is the best group and who is the worst group. And the end goal is to make them realize that there is no best or worst group. So if one student says, we're the best group because 3 of us know how to swim, well, then the teacher can then lead by saying, okay, who else knows how to swim? And they would realize other students in the groups can do that too. So in the end, they should realize that all of the groups are different but equal.